the last version of Mock 10, correctly mocking the top 10 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. We're getting close. We're getting down. A week from now, I'll be releasing my final mock draft the day of the NFL Draft, Thursday morning. That'll be the last mock on the channel for the 2025 season. But now we're doing the last iteration of Mock 10, where we correctly try to mock the top 10 selections in the draft, because if you don't get the top 10 right, you ain't going to win the huddle report. It just seems like that. You don't got to get them all right, but if you don't get the majority of them right, you're not going to get close to winning. So we're trying to get all 10 right, and this is where I'm at right now. This is where my brain is working on this beautiful, mid-April morning as I record. Number one overall, the Tennessee Titans select Cam Ward. It's a lock. It's minus 20,000 right now in all the sports books. Not a lot needs to be said about it. Cam Ward to the Tennessee Titans. Number two overall, Cleveland Browns. The odds have risen day after day for Travis Hunter to be the number two overall pick, the cornerback / wide receiver from Colorado. Number two to the Cleveland Browns. I'm continuing to buy into this and believe it. I think Abdul Carter makes more sense, but Travis Hunter seems to be where the leak is kind of pushing through. Number three overall, Abdul Carter, the edge rusher from Penn State. I have a little bit of a worry here that potentially there could be a team or two out there with red flags on his health from some surgeries, shoulder, knee, things like this. I think New York's going to be fine. I mean, New York already has Brian Burns. They already have Kayvon Thibodeau. If they don't go Carter, it could be quarterback here. I think they go Carter at number three overall, so that's where I'm sticking and picking. Number four overall, there's a lot of question mark around New England right now. Will they go Will Campbell? Will they go Armand Membu? Will they go Mason Graham? Of course, they want Travis Hunter to fall, but he won't fall to 4. So New England sticks and picks, and they go, because we believe that they don't care about the arm length, they go Will Campbell, the left tackle out of LSU. There's over a half dozen teams that view him as a guard. Hopefully New England's not that team. He goes here 4th overall. Now we get a little bit spicy. The Jacksonville Jaguars trade pick 5 to the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints pick at 9. The Jacksonville Jaguars pick at 5. There's a trade here. Jacksonville's going to be sending 5 and pick 88 in the 3rd round for pick 9. Pick 40 in the 2nd round, and pick 184. That's the move. That's the trade that's going to happen. And you're going to see the New Orleans Saints move up to pick 5 ahead of Las Vegas, ahead of the Jets. Not because innately you believe that the Jets or the Raiders are going to pick the quarterback, but because those are trade spots for a team to come in and get a quarterback in front of you if you are New Orleans. New Orleans comes up to 5 and gets Shedeur Sanders. I know they've been linked to Jackson Dart as well. They like both quarterbacks. I'm going to go Shedeur Sanders for this iteration. They move up to 5. They get Shedeur Sanders. Jacksonville moves back to 9. Number 6, Tom Brady, John Spytek. Michigan men get the Michigan man and Mason Graham at 6 to the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, there isn't a better situation that the Raiders, there is technically, I guess you could see Travis Hunter fall, but there's no better situation than sitting pat at 6 and having Mason Graham fall into your lap. So we'll go Mason Graham here at 6. At 7, my personal favorite's been this way for probably my favorite. Armand Membu, either to the Raiders or the Jets. The Raiders get Graham, so the Jets get Membu. You plug Membu in at right tackle. You have Olu at left tackle. You protect and you allow Justin Fields to get a fair shake, get an opportunity here with Elijah Vera Tucker as well at right guard. You have Garrett Wilson. You got a running game. You go do the thing. You don't trade away Breece Hall and try to get a running back in here. Don't believe that stuff. Armand Membu can play right tackle. Him and Elijah Vera Tucker is a scary right side of that offensive line. Number 8, the Carolina Panthers have been linked to linebacker and edge all the time. I'm not going that direction. I'm going corner. They got J.C. Horn, yes, but J.C. Horn's been banged up. He's great when he's healthy, but he's been banged up. And the Carolina Panthers have Mike Jackson as their opposite cornerback right now. He's not top 2 caliber in the NFL. He should not be a 2 in the NFL at cornerback right now. He's not, that's not where he's at. That's just not what he is. So Will Johnson, I thought about Jahdae Barron here. Carolina the last couple of years has been attached to Texas. They took Jatavian Sanders in the 4th round. They took, why am my brain going empty? Jonathan Brooks last year in the 2nd round. They've taken some Texas guys, so they'll probably sniff into this Jahdae Barron market, but I think Will Johnson had a good pro day this week. Will Johnson goes here 8th overall to the Carolina Panthers. 9th, Jacksonville's back on the clock for the first time. They were on the clock for a minute before, but they traded it to the Saints, remember? So we got Jacksonville in the Saints spot here at 9. And people talk about defensive tackle, but you look at defensive tackle, they missed out on Graham. They have Mason Smith, who they drafted last year in the second round. They have Devon Hamilton under contract. They have Eric Armstead under contract. They have a fine crop at defensive tackle right now. There's other directions you can look, like left tackle, right? Kelvin Banks. They have Ezra Cleveland playing left guard. They have Walker Little, who the last regime gave a contract to play swing. He was their swing tackle before they got rid of Cam Robinson. You take Kelvin Banks, you bring him in here. He plays either left guard or left tackle. I prefer left tackle. You put Walker back to a swing. Potentially he competes with Ezra Cleveland. You got 3 guys for 2 jobs walking into camp, and Kelvin Banks is your pick here at 9. The final selection in the top 10 here is Ashton Jeanty, because the Bears get completely cucked out of offensive tackle. They need tackle. They don't get it. They lose out on Membu. They lose out on Campbell. They lose out on Banks. They're not going to trade up for an offensive tackle, so they stand pat. And the 10th overall pick is either Tyler Warren or it's Ashton Jeanty, the running back out of Boise State. So there's our top 10. Number 1 overall, Cam Ward to the Titans. Travis Hunter to the Browns. Abdul Carter to the Giants. Will Campbell to the Patriots. The Saints trade up to 5 to get Shedeur Sanders. Mason Graham goes to the Raiders at 6. Membu from Missouri goes to the Jets at 7. Will Johnson at 8 to the Panthers. Kelvin Banks from Texas at 9 to the Jags. And 10th overall, Ashton Jeanty, the running back from Boise State, joins Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears.